Hi, it's me, that one guy. Achievements. They're practically a near universal thing for games nowadays. Obviously they're a completionist thing, and as that, they work pretty well. And they're also pretty easy to mess up. Yeah, I'm not gonna be very secretive here. I love achievements as an idea, but my god can they be vulnerable to the most stupid of ideas. So I'm just gonna stop stalling and get into it. The by far most common achievement is the one you cannot avoid, which for the sake of my sanity, I'll just call completion. Think something along the lines of the Mega Man Collection's many achievements for completing a certain game. Something which is unavoidable unless you just straight up don't play the game. Or rage quit beforehand, that is true too. Anyways, back to the point. These are represented in the game as the main level achievements. Now, normally I don't really have a problem with these. Remember, achievements are meant to show progression in a way similar to a progress bar. But okay, just to be clear, the normal mode achievements are not the problem I have. What I do have a problem with is the fact there's duplicates. I don't have any sort of idea what RobTop was on when he decided this, but in order to truly 100% Geometry Dash, you need to straight up play every official level both in normal and practice mode. Hell, all of the RobTop demons have separate achievements for collecting coins. Oh right, should mention I was talking about classic Geometry Dash. Yeah, the tower has no practice achievements, but instead it transfers over the coin achievements. I'll talk about the coin ones in a later section. Now, as much as I've gone on about the practice achievements, they are nowhere near the worst. As does... Hey, you there! Ever wanted to waste your time on this funny game? Well, we got something, also known as grinding, where you try to get as many of these materials as you can. Basically, these are the achievements that go along the lines of collect my pages. Except there's 10,000 pages! You bastard, Slenderman, you lied to me! You said there were only 8 pages! Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm not too big of a fan of these. They tend to pad on any game's 100% mark by a huge margin. So, how bad is it for Geometry Dash? Holy shit, 25,000 diamonds?! Yeah, this is a tiny bit overkill, is it not? Talk about amplifying my issues. You already know what I'll say, so I'm moving on. Next up, the achievements introverts hate. Basically, these are any that require interacting with someone else's profile. How the hell do I even rank these? They practically overlap with the grind achievements, except somehow they're worse in the sense you need 250 guys to go friend you. Hi, editor's note here. I feel like clarifying right now, so, there's no achievement for adding 250 friends. There's only one for adding 50 friends. I figured I was mixing up achievements or something along those lines. But yeah, besides that, this section's still fine, so go back to your original script. Also, since this is my video, this includes the level-specific achievements. Like, you know, liking or disliking 4,000 levels. RobTop, what the hell is this? Just like the grinding achievements, these aren't bad in the form of being really difficult. These are bad in the sense of being extremely tedious. I'll leave it at that. Now for the free achievements, where I don't have many words. All you have to do is press this button and done. I'm not too big of a fan of these, considering they're just a waste of an achievement, but at the same time, at least they aren't anything that takes forever. Now, there's a couple achievements that are somewhat challenging, though I'm going to be stretching the definition here as well. Dying at 95% or higher happens whether you like it or not. Still going to count as challenging, but the main attraction here is collecting all 3 coins. Because, well, that's a challenge. Essentially, you need to know where the coins are, or what you have to do in the case of the tower, and then attempt them in normal mode. Honestly, would like more of these achievements. You have to make a conscious effort to go after these achievements, not just passively play the game. Moving on, all the achievements that don't exist. You made them up in your head, don't pretend like you didn't! Anyways, a lot of these are basically just for the vault, which itself has its own video. I would rewrite it a little, but I'd say it still holds up. Sorry, tangent, but back to what I was saying. A lot of these overlap with the free achievements, and, well, the flaws of the vault. And I know some of them aren't related to the vaults, but these just exist. I have no strong opinions. Okay, let's get on with the question of the day. A big question to answer is, why are there these achievements? The icon kit. No, seriously, it's that simple. Because the icons need to be acquired somehow, it's either a shop, a chest, or some sort of achievement. I think there's a 4th thing, but I can't remember it for the life of me. It's also because of how Geometry Dash is set up. The game does not have much to make an achievement about. There's only so many ideas you could do for challenging achievements before you go, well, off to make another achievement about collecting something. This is why we get stuff like get the human population amount of stars. And yes, I know this video's been a lot of complaining, but at the end of the day, I get why these are being added. Because else we'd have like 40 shops, which are each selling about 5 icons of each game mode. At the end of the day, my frustrations about achievements are just that. Frustrations. Though speaking of achievements generally. Alright, time for a statement. Not all games need to have achievements. Don't get me wrong, like I said at the beginning, I love achievements, but they aren't necessary. Take a game like Mario Kart. Sure, you could add achievements, but aside from time trials, which are already addressed via the staff ghost, might I add, what would achievements add? I guess it could indicate completion, but there's other methods to indicate completion. Where does that leave Geometry Dash? Look, I love this game to hell and back, but I think we could do without a lot of the achievements. I know the truth of the situation is that these are now permanently in the game, but that doesn't eliminate any criticism towards them, especially the grindy ones. Like, come on, what sort of alcohol was robbed of on when he added the 4,000 likes achievement? At the end of the day, achievements are fine. Especially I ramble about the one achievement I absolutely hate. They are basically an indicator for completion. Do note though that they are prone to stuff like acquire 1,000 of this thing, which isn't particularly challenging. It's tedious, and artificially extends the game's 100% mark. Really, this whole video was just an excuse for me to rant about achievements. I'm done. Go do whatever else you want to do. I'm not your dad after all. I really should figure out how to end these better.